Welcome back. This is Chris from Your Rose Stitches Flosstube. This is a channel primarily about cross stitch, and I'll throw in some embroidery, some woolwork, and some quilting into my channel. Thanks for coming back. I'm really excited to see you here again. This is Flosstube number 14. Wow, can't believe we're already on 14 episodes. So if you haven't seen the first 13, why don't you go give it a look and give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you like to see what you're seeing here. And you know, I'm awfully cute. So anyways, today is Thursday, January 22nd, 2026. I actually wrote it down this time so I could actually read it off because I never know what time or what day it is. It's been pretty low-key here the last few weeks. I really haven't worked a whole lot. I am working tomorrow. It's the first time in a bit that I'm working. So I have been doing a lot of stitching. I started 3 new books, and I'm trying to still get some of my finishing done. I'm really struggling on that part because I'm still not fully happy with my organization here in my sewing room. After I film this, I plan on doing a tour of my sewing room, just to kind of let you see what I've got going on now. I'm really excited. I got my ears up on my wall. I have some things hanging up. I still have one blank space over here that I'm still trying to decide what to do. So anyways, today I don't really have notes. I'm just gonna wing it. I've got some more Snowmen little quilts to share with you. I have a couple of finishes. I have some progress of projects I've been working on the last couple weeks. I have plans that I want to get started soon. I've got a bucket of haul, which actually goes back to December as well. Some of them were Christmas gifts. And then I also have a couple of big quilts to share. One of them is actually for a fellow stitcher that I met at Stitch West. So I'm super excited to get that done and share with everyone. So anyways, grab a hot caffeinated tea or coffee or whatever you like to drink and sit back, get your stitching, and let's hang out for a little bit. All right, so first things first. So, you know, I've been working in my planner here, and so far this is what I've got going. I've got a, you know, Winnie the Pooh thing going on. This year I decided, with all of my days of, what was it, days of the year or whatever, I've had that for the last 3 or 4 years. I would write in every day what I'm stitching on. This time, because sometimes I'll like get bored with something and I'll move on to something different. And with all of the different sales or challenges, or, you know, it just gets a little too much for me. And I like looking back at this as almost like a journal, where I'll even put in here, you know, if something happened to me, or, you know, family wise, or, you know, whatever may have happened. So not much going on. I did have a retreat. I had a retreat last weekend, a quilting retreat at my friend's house. We always have one at her house for Martin Luther King weekend. And then I host one here at my home in the summer. So now we have the dates for that. I'm really excited I can be able to do that. I did get some blocks done for that. You know, as a lifelong passionate cross stitcher, sometimes, you know, and I took a break a little bit. You know, I do a little bit here and there during the times that I was quilting, but because all of my friends were quilting, that's all I did. and I just cross stitch on the side, and I didn't really share with anyone about it. I didn't think anyone really was into it. And then, you know, of course, 2020 happens, and I'm going head down, getting all my quilts done again, as quilting as many as I could on my long arm before I got rid of it, and getting more cross stitch done. And I encouraged my friends, you know, go down that road of the cross stitch world. So anyways, I pulled out the not December, sorry, I'm reading it wrong. The 2024 Designer Mystery Block of the Month from Fat Quarter Shop. And I love the colorway. So this was the first block that we were supposed to stitch. And I've actually had this block done for probably a couple years. And so this one was called Peaceful Heart, and it's from Ann Sutton, who is Bunny Hill Designs. And she actually is, she doesn't live too far from me. She's local-ish. Anyway, so that was that block. And I've had that one done for quite a while. Really, it was really easy, you know, to piece together. And I love the aqua and the red. And a friend of mine, that's a quilter, she's doing this block of the month as well. And she actually came over the other night, and I asked her how many blocks she has done. And I'm almost up to what she has done. So I'm pretty excited. So I had that one done. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go to a quilt retreat. I better actually do some quilting, some piecing. So I didn't prep. Usually I prep everything. I cut pieces. I lay them out on my design boards, and I label them and everything, and didn't do anything. I just threw things in a bag and went. So I spent a lot of time at my friend's cutting table, cutting for the blocks and everything. And as I was doing it, I kind of realized, yeah, I don't enjoy this as much as I used to. I'm definitely need to not make big quilts anymore. I don't mind doll quilts, wall hangings, table runners, you know, those sort of things. Big quilts just take up a lot of space and a lot of time. And you know, my boys, you know, they don't mind the things that I've made them, but you know, they're not going to want 100 quilts in their house. Okay, so I did block 2. Block 2 was called Happiness Blooms, and this was by Stacy LaHose. I don't know. It's that person right there. Okay, and so that's this block. I love the colors. Once this is done, it will be hanging right here, or it's going to hang here on the chair, depending on actually how big it ends up turning out to be. We will get to cross stitch, I promise you that. And then I did the third block, which is called Feather Your Nest, and this one was designed by Robin Pickens. So Feather Your Nest. This one was really fun. So there's my birdie, a little birdie in their nest. I'll probably add a button or something to put an eye on her or him. And then the last block I ended up doing, I skipped over block 4 because it was pretty intense. There was a lot of cutting, a lot of half square triangles and everything, and I didn't bring my half square triangle ruler to trim it down to the size it needs to be. So I was like, you know what, I'll just skip it and I'll go to the next block. So I did block 5, which is the Scotty dog called My Best Friend, and this was by Barb Groves. Oh, this is from trying to think. Is that Minnick and Simpson, I think? I don't remember. So, the Scotty dog, and this one's really stinking cute. I'm not really a dog person, but that's cute. Okay. So I made those. So that was at my quilt retreat. And then after I made those, and of course, you know, chatting with your friends and everything, I just pulled out my stitching. I was like, I'm just going to stitch now. This is what I want to do. And during, so actually there was the football game, the Niners football game, that Sunday. And so I did, oh, let me pull it out. I started, and I have it in this Teresa bag here. I love this bag. Love it. It's so cute. I started Santa's Flag by Teresa. And I'm doing this Sal with Chrissy and Linda. So that is what I got done during the game. Obviously not tons of work, but you know, it was a rough game. And yeah, now we're done. So I am stitching that. If I have it in here, it should have it in here. I do. So I have it on these really, let me comb my floss. I have these really cute floss straps that I got from, is it Cottage Cat Designs on Etsy. I'll link her shop. But I love actually the size of them, the length, how the width of them. Very cute. So Santa's Flag, I'm stitching it on 30 count Oaks Weeks Die Works, and I'm doing 2/2. It was actually a kit that I purchased online, and I don't remember where I bought it. So the fabric was already cut, so of course I had to start in the middle. I usually am not a middle starter. And of course, you know, because this is just what I do. I just put I have tons of needle minders, but I just put them in there. So during the retreat, this is what I had started. So I worked on him. And I haven't touched him since, but he was actually part of my WipGo. On the WipGo, the numbers were 2 and 7, if I remember correctly. And let me go to it. Yeah, so 2 and 7. On my Christmas one, it was a Santa by TK, and then a Mrs. Claus, which I will share with you in a little bit. And then the Every Opening Flower, and then the Calendar Crate October. This is the last one I have not touched. I will focus on this piece next week, and then we'll start a whole new board, or new numbers. We should be getting those numbers soon, correct? Isn't it like the 25th that we get the numbers? So I will have everything, a little bit of stitching on everything. It may not get done, but at least there's a little bit. Okay, so back to a few more quilts, and then a pillow finish. The quilts that I'm gonna share later are like sitting right behind me, and they keep trying to fall on me. Oh, hi Belly. This one, I believe, was from, isn't it Pine Mountain? So they did I shared the Halloween one, and it had, did I already share this with you? I feel like I may have. Well, anyways, here you go again. Really cute. You know what? I think I did share it with you. But, you know, we don't mind looking at things again, right? Just out of that. Here's the back of it. It's not stuffed super, super tight or anything. It's okay. Some things I like really stuff it tight, and sometimes you don't, you know, just make it loose. And actually my kitties like to lay on it sometimes. Depends on where I end up putting it. Okay, so just a few little quilts because I have a lot of snowman quilts. So I won't do a tour of the house for winter. I'll just share pictures up on my Instagram, which is the same as my YouTube channel, the Eeyore Rose Stitches _stitches. But here's one that I made in 2012. My secrets, and it says on there, it's called Snowman Paper Piece. My secret sister Georgina taught me how to paper piece with this little quilt in 2012. So yeah, this was my first paper piecing. Look at that itty bitty nose and a scarf. Oh, the flying geese. Yeah, like that's how little this is. It is a tiny, tiny little quilt. I've got a couple other patterns that are similar to this from the designer, but they're I think there was a Santa and then a Christmas tree, I think maybe. Of course, I've had them forever and I haven't done them, but so, and paper piecing is definitely, you have to stop and think about where you're placing your fabric. It's not the easiest thing, especially that little. I think this was a red door design one. And just some snowmen, little heads in there. Just a bunch of red squares. This was really quick and easy with the cross hatching back and forth quilting. This one is a bird brain design. And so I did all the embroidery, and I think, no, I think this is backstitch. So I either do a backstitch or a stem stitch. And this I did in 2018 in February. And then I didn't really quilt it. I just did in the ditch for some of it. And I hand stitched it, just a big stitch they call it, and then I put in the same floss that I just made big ties just to tie it off to give it a really prim look to it. This was fun. I actually enjoy doing these. And I saw just a quick picture on Instagram this morning that Primrose is starting to do some embroidery. So that will be exciting, especially of those of you who have never gone down that world. Have fun. It's a lot of fun to do. All right, so I have just a couple more. This one is I think this was a Kim Deal. And I changed some of the colors to kind of fit more what I was going for. This usually hangs up in my staircase wall. I just haven't gotten over there to hang these up yet. And I'm going to be starting to take down some of the winter stuff come in the next week or so. This is in the meadow. We can build a snowman. So each of the panels is a different snowman set of building him. This pattern was a designer from Europe. I don't remember who it was. Let's see. And I did this in 2014. Everything was in the metric system, and I don't know the metric system. So I had to figure it out. And I kind of, yeah. So it was fun. And then this is this I did years ago. When did I do this? I didn't write down the date. That's all right. So this was early work of, I believe, Buttermilk Basin, like years and years ago. And then she changed her style. So she did some really big, like, very prim, snowmen and stuff. So this was like a snowman of the month sort of deal. Look at the cutie. So cute. So, cause she had like I don't think it was even was it an Etsy store, or she had something, but everything was on like, a brown paper. And I mean, it was many moons ago. Some of you may have some of that earlier work, but yeah, so I just pulled out all of this is, I believe most of this is Kim Deals or some Joe fabrics in there, all 1800s. But you know, with the right look, you could still make it pop out. It doesn't have to be all dull and drab for 1800s work. The last quilt, and then we'll get back to cross stitching and haul. Oh, Humphrey's wanting to say hi. This hangs up in my kitchen, and this, let's see, this is called, I actually did write it down here, Battered Snowmen, like battered, like making things. It was a free pattern from Red Little Hen, and I made this in 2019. But I only did 3 of the blocks. So I made that block, and I added some, sorry about my little band-aid. I'll tell you the story there in a second. So I just put some red buttons down there. I put a little gingerbread button down there. This is the next block. This is my favorite block. I love this cookie right there. I would eat that cookie. And then the last block is this guy. So cute. So yeah, this hangs up in my kitchen. I did three blocks. I have it hanging on this really cute dowel, and I just stitch it on with some number 5 DMC pearl ball so it doesn't go anywhere. And yeah, so that is that piece. Isn't he cute? All right, okay, now let's get to more cross stitch, because that's what I'm sure most of you are here for. So how's your week going? You guys having a good week? I hope you are. I actually tried to do my hair today. I haven't been doing all the curl stuff and everything, but I think I'm kind of having a good hair day. All right, so guess what I finally glued on? So Anne did his nose to my top hat for Santa. Finally have that done. So I will take a picture later and post it. I will finish him more than likely as a pillow, just like Audrey did. I really did enjoy the stitch. I just kind of slowed my roll with just putting my finishing touches on it. And yes, those are little screws. I just felt like the banner needed to be held up with something. So those are from Tim Holtz. And thank you to Nicole for sharing all of the Tim Holtz stuff. And I found those on Amazon, and I'm like, ooh, that actually might be really fun to put on there. I shared with my friends, and some of them thought it was cool. I thought it was just different, and I like being different. I don't want to be like everyone else. So yeah, and there's all the stitching. This I stitched on 36 count iced cappuccino by R&R. So I have plenty. So obviously I started in the left-hand corner. I have plenty of fabric to keep going with other projects. The other finish I did, which I still need to post on in my social, is, I think this one was called, I'm just looking over there at the pattern, Happy Harvest, and this was in the Primrose Fall box, the Sip and Stitch. So this was the only finish that I had at Stitch West. I started it there and I finished it there because I was just too busy talking to everyone, because I'm a talker and I love meeting new people. I love finding new stitchers to make friends with. Some people can just, you know, they like being quiet and just having just a few. And I mean, I love my core people. I really do. But it's so exciting, I think, to see what everyone is working on and talk to everyone. I just think just more friends, more the merrier, right? So this, I found this frame at Hobby Lobby. And I couldn't pop it out at first. A different frame I was able to pop out. So I had to just take a template and work the piece around into it. I do have a little bit of batting underneath. And over here where this flower is, I had more of a gap than I have up there. So that the gap up there, you know, you don't really, it's not that noticeable, especially when it's sitting out. But over here, there was more of a gap. And I wanted to decorate this up a little bit more. So I found this flower in my box of, because I have several boxes of, what do you want to use the word? Embellishments. There we go. Of embellishments. So I had this flower in there and I'm like, oh, perfect. He goes perfect with this yellow that's in the pumpkins. And then there were these pine cones. Well, these pine cones were actually 3 times the size and they weren't going to fit. So I just cut off the top part of the pine cone and glued them in there. So I had those put in, and then I look through all of my ribbon, and I have ribbon that goes back, I don't know, 25 years, maybe 30 years, back from my scrapbook time, and I could not, for the life of me, find any color that matched that blue. You would think I would have had something, but I didn't. So I said, okay, what could I do? Because I've got to find, either I'm going to go out to Hobby Lobby or Michael's and I'm going to start shopping. And I didn't really want to do that. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make my own leaves. And I have a lot of wool. So I pulled some wool out and just fussy cutted some leaves. Hi. Oh, there's Gus. If you want to say hi to Gus. He got out a little bit ago and my husband and I had to run after him to get him back inside. So yeah, that was the finish for that. I think it came out really kind of cool. I'm excited to have fully finished done there. I had posted I was going to do, I had like 49 finishes to fully finish. This was the only one I got done. Because I squirrel, or I doubt myself, or I'm just like, I don't know what to do. And then some of the things I need to go get framed. I just need to find a good framer. Yeah. If you're in the local area, and you know, I'm near the Bay Area, kind of in between Sacramento and, you know, San Francisco sort of thing. I'm in the Central Valley, but like if you know a good framer, there's someone I I was suggested to go talk to. I just haven't done it yet. My tattoo artist actually told me to go there. I need to just check him out and see if he knows how to do, you know, if he does lacing or pinning or what for a cross stitch. Okay. So what do you guys want to see next? Do you want to do the haul, or do you want to see more finishing? Well, no, sorry, haven't done any finishing. Let me share what I've been stitching, then I'll do the haul, and then I'll do my plans that I want to do. Oh, and of course the 2 quilts that I got behind me. Okay, so I'm going to move a few things down, throw them on the floor. Okay, bring this basket over. So thanks to Nicole, I love all of these baskets. I saw them in a video of hers, gosh, I don't know, a couple years ago. And I was like, oh, I got to have those. And I saw that this was off of Amazon. And I saw they have all the colors, like separate, like a full, you know, just one color all over. But I like rainbows. Rainbows are fun. So I have a lot of these. Okay, so I'm just going to pick a bag out and I'll explain what I'm doing on it. So this is in a bag I made myself. It's got purple dots all over, and of course, Eeyore inside. I love my Eeyore. So this is Every Opening Flower by Brenda Gervais. And I started this several years ago with my sister. And I have this on my WipGo board. So the last time you saw this during my whip parade, I did not have this border going down. Oops. Oh, I should have grabbed my design board. Or that little birdie down there. So I have the birdie almost done, and then that border is coming along. I'll probably finish that up today. And then maybe I'll start up on some of the flowers that goes down there next. But I love this piece. This is my favorite right there. I love the bees in there. They're so delicate looking. I love all of the work that's in this border. Yeah, this is a masterpiece. Can't wait. This will definitely probably be hanging up in my sewing room. So that is that. I don't have what I'm stitching this on written down right in front of me. I've been going through some of my project bags. I've been trying to label things a little bit more and adding, oh my gosh, I just got a cold chill. The window's open, but it feels good, but wow, that was a cold chill. I've been trying to label like on these little tags of what the project is, who designed it, what book I have it in, like my those cross stitch journal books, and then if I'm stitching it along with someone, all the info. And I haven't done it for everything, obviously, because I have hundreds and hundreds of kitted stuff. Okay, then another thing I've worked on, this is in, oh, let's see, here it is. Bella Rose Needleworks. I don't remember if I got this online or if this was at Stitch West. It might have been at Stitch West a couple years ago. And as you see right there, so this has all of my Valentine Primrose. I did get the Sip and Stitch. And I have already that one stitched up. I did it on some 32 count blush. And I plan on finishing it soon because, you know, Valentine's is coming. So I might as well finish that up. So I have everything in here. So we did, I did get the sip and stitch, obviously, because I have that pattern. And I have all my stuff in here. So I have my little, I love that, the zipper pull or a scissor fob, whatever you want to do. And this strawberry is like the cutest thing ever. I love that. Super cute. The patterns that were in there, obviously that love, the Happy Valentine's Day pattern. Look at the cute little birdies. They're so in love. And then the hugs and kisses with the frogs. This is adorable. This is really adorable. And I have all of my floss drops done. They're not combed out, but literally these floss drops, these strawberries, love them, love them, love them, love them, love them. Now, I will be honest, because why not? When I pulled out I know in Sip and Stitch you get like some drinking vessel, and then you get, you know, your patterns and everything. And I've noticed, you know, the prices are going up for whether it's, you know, because thread is going up and fabric, well, doesn't come with fabric. Anyways, when I pulled out the vessel, the drinking vessel at first, I was like, oh, this is really cute because it's got, you know, all these strawberries on it and everything. And it's really, really cute. I can't seem to get it to work well. And that bothers me. So more than likely, I won't be using it. And that frustrates me because I paid for it. I'm kind of, in a way, I don't need more drinking vessels, especially that big, because as soon as I put it on the counter, I was asked, really, where are you going to put this one now? Because I have a lot already coffee cups. I've got a full coffee bar filled up. I've got lots of these Owalas that I love drinking out of. This is one of my Harry Potter ones. So I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I don't get the Sip and Stitch anymore and just wait for the patterns to come out, you know, whenever they do, whether it's a year later or whatever. I got plenty to stitch on. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. And I chatted with my sister the other day, and I said, you know, what would be really cute? And if by chance they're listening, and I know friends of theirs do watch me and stuff, what would be actually really, really cute is what if instead of a big drinking vessel or anything, what if, you know, there's something to go along to decorate a tier tray with this. I know at Hobby Lobby and Michael's and, you know, even on Amazon and stuff, you can find such cute little things. I even have a little strawberry, like almost like itty bitty espresso cup that I think I got from Hobby Lobby a year or two ago. And I put it in a tier tray with all my strawberry stuff. And that would be really cute. It'd still be kind of like that little sip, but then focus on your stitching and focus on things to add, to embellish your tier tray area. That's what I'm thinking. But I don't run the show. I'm just putting it out there. These bigger vessels, and I just can't do it anymore. I'm running out of space, and it just kind of bums me out a little bit. And especially the fact that it didn't really work, and it's not like something I can yank out and just use a different straw. So that's, yeah, it kind of actually disappointed me. I'm sorry. That's just what happened. So I'll put this bag away. And then I'm going to take another drink because I actually am thirsty. Okay. So the other thing I started is I started a blessing sampler. I've never heard of what a blessing sampler was before. And apparently it's something that you start on the 1st, which I did not because I had a migraine. I don't think I started until like the 5th. And I've only worked on it 2 nights. So a blessing sampler, and I'm sure a lot of you already know it, but I didn't know about it. You start something on the 1st and you finish it by the end of the month of January, and it's supposed to bless your needle for the year. Well, obviously I didn't know about it, and my needle's always blessed. So I guess I didn't really need the blessing sampler, but I thought, well, this might give me something to just kind of do and put out there. And so I picked a pattern from home for the holidays, and by Blackbird Designs, and I picked Blessings Be Thine, which is a beautiful piece. So it only calls for Gentle Arts, cranberry, dry thyme, and oatmeal, and then Weeks Havana. I'm only using oatmeal. All the others I've changed. So I've added a brown, a couple of reds, and a couple of greens. So I'm just going to use these however I want to in my piece. So I've picked licorice red, steamed broccoli, little sprout, Turkish red, and Swiss coffee. And I may have shown you this already, but I have so again, here's the picture. And this, I'm stitching this on, did I have it written down here? No, of course not. Why would you do that? Is it on here? Oh, 36 count vintage country mocha, which I should have known that just looking at the material. Okay, let me pull this guy over here. So far, this is what I've done. So just spent a couple of nights working on this. I haven't done too much. I want to get this done by the end of the month, but if I don't, it doesn't mean my needle won't be blessed, because if this is my first blessing sampler in 40 years, well, I think I'm still pretty blessed. So there's that progress. I have been enjoying stitching it, and I do like doing what I want to do. I don't always conform to the rules. I've been like that my whole stitching life. If you saw my video sharing my winter, Father Winter, that I actually had put in to the Idaho State Fair when I was 15, 16 years old, I changed that. So I just do kind of like what I want. This bag, I don't remember who made the bag. I'd have to look on Etsy. But yeah, it's in a pretty kitty Christmas bag. So that's in there. Okay. My next one, so this is also stuffed. It's all Primrose Christmas. This is a bag I picked up 2 years ago from Soulful Stitching. Love Deb. She's so sweet. I missed her this last Stitch West. Hopefully she'll come back to another one. And in here I have 2 starts. So I did start Snowman 2025. Really cute. And of course I have all of my threads here for several pieces that I have going on. So the top one right here is him. Here's that snowman. I'm doing this on, it must be a 36 count or a 40 vintage. So obviously I'm doing 1 thread over 2. And then I thought, well, I want to start something else, but I can't share with you the picture of it because I don't have the photo. I just have the graph, and I'm not going to share that. But it's the Merry Christmas mice. That was a freebie, I think, for December. So I've got that going. And that was just an evening. I was like, you know what? Let's start something new, because why not? They're pretty. I like stitching candy canes. So I do need to keep working on these. I don't want to have tons of leftovers, or not leftovers, but tons of UFOs by the end of the year. So I definitely need to put some work in there. I think that was it that I started in this bag. So yeah, I even have like the little pouch, the Notion pouch that goes with it. And I thought the fabric was super cute. I love avocados. It took me a long time to like avocados, and I am a California girl. But our oldest son hates avocados, and I just thought this was funny with all of the Christmas avocados. So let me put that away. Oops, thread falls on the ground. Okay. The next thing I started, I worked on, is my other WipGo Christmas, and this was for Mrs. Claus. So it just had something with Mrs. Claus in it. Sorry. And so I pulled out Mrs. Claus Bakery from Priscilla from Stitching of the Housewives. Super cute. So there is Mrs. Claus right there. And when you saw it as a whip, I had just her dress done, and I think a little bit here. I think that's what I had done. So I've actually put a lot of work into this. It held my attention a lot more. So let me pull a thread out. And I do have my thread still in there. So that is what I have done so far. I am using, for the white, I think I'm doing B5200. So I am just going to do my rows back and forth. But everything else I'm doing one stitch at a time with the really tealy and with the brown sugar and everything. But yeah, this is like stitching up super fast. I hope to have this one done, you know, obviously by the end of the year. It will get put away for now, maybe until I get February. So in February, I'm going to join and this will, you know, I'll talk, I guess, about future plans in a minute. But I want to do that. I don't even know was it the Nap Time Stitcher? Doing the Olympics, you know, stitching something every day for the Olympics. So what I want to do, I know there was some new starts on it, but I'd like to pull things from my whip pile on those days. Besides also doing Whip Wheel Wednesday with both Sarah's from Sarah Stitchery and Handmade with Sarah W. Which I'm really enjoying that. And I have my little wheel on my phone, and it's fun to, because, you know, with my anxiety sometimes I just don't know what I want to stitch on. But speaking of that, with the Whip Wheel Wednesday, I think it was last week. Yesterday, I did not stitch on what I was supposed to stitch on. I ended up not really even stitching yesterday. Other things were happening. We've had a lot of fog, and it's been very cold, and I haven't really worked, and I'm just, seems to be exhausted. Like, I'm like exhausted, and I've been taking naps every day. I mean, I'm definitely an old lady. But I love my naps. I'm a good napper. Oh, but I've been napping since, I mean, I've got pictures. My grandma took pictures of me when I was in college, because I lived with her when I went to college. And, because I didn't start college until I was 21. I was living with her, and I started out at Chabot, and then I went to Cal State Hayward, which is now called East Bay. but I don't consider it that. It's Cal State Hayward. And anyways, there's a picture of me straight up. I've got a sheet on the ground and I'm laying there and there's some cats around on me. I'm just out. I'm a good napper. So, so not this week. Last week I spun the wheel and I was to do Feast of Friendship. And I started this, gosh, I want to say 21 or 22. I don't remember. And I didn't have much done with it. I had, you know, some of this border done, a little bit here, some of the grapes, and then a little bit of this part right there. So here is the pattern. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen it, have stitched it, because I mean, that's why I started stitching it, because I saw so many of you stitching it. And this is on, where's the count? Oh, 32 count Mayflower Mocha by R&R. Oh, someone's under my chair and playing. So I put in some more grapes and I filled in more of the leaves. And I put more of the brown stem in and everything, and I've gone more up. So yeah, I did quite a bit just for that one day. I wanted to take this vine and go up higher and go over there, but apparently I still don't have that color in here. So I must have borrowed it from another pattern a while back and not returned it or something. So, and it's one that I know they have a lot of it in their designs. I believe it was, oh, sarsaparilla in Gentle Arts. So either I'm just going to have to order it and make sure it goes into this bag, or I don't know, I may have to go on a seek and find. So yeah. So that's what I've been stitching on really the last couple of weeks. Not really finishing much. I have a lot started, for sure. And I'm stitching most every day. I have been doing some quilting stuff, obviously, so I will share that in a little bit with you. Let me look at the time. We're at almost an hour. Okay. So let's go to what my haul, no, not my haul, but what is on my plans. So I want to do this little guy by Teresa. And of course I want to change things. And I will make sure I let you know what I'm going to choose. But so far, I don't want him in red. I want to do him in Priscilla pink. And because I love pink with a teal, I'm going to pick which one I want to stitch him on. Because that's just what I do. I like changing colors. And when I change them, I will let you know. And if there's ever any changes, I totally just ask me, text me, whatever. So I have in here, I have a glacier, 40 count glacier. I have a 32 count serene, which I mean, it looks almost white, but it's actually, it's got some color. And then I have a mint, a 36 count mint. I'm leaning towards the mint. Yeah, that actually looks really pretty. Okay, so that is on my plans. My other plan is I would like to do sugar. but I'm actually going to name Sugar Flower because Flower was in Bambi. I'm going to change his sweater color. I haven't decided what color yet. It's probably going to be more pastel, and I have an idea of what he's going to be holding. So yeah, I will be starting him soon. And I have it in a new bag that I just got from the Decorative Needle. Look at those kitties. And like a little extra bag to go with it. So that is on my list to work on. And then the last on my plans, I'm going to start this next week on, is it the 30th or 31st? This is in a bag from Wildberry Stitching. And I signed up to do the Tiger Lily birthday sale. And I picked the 36 count weeks, and it's Peach Fuzz, which it didn't look pink enough for me, so I was a little leery of if I was going to actually use this or not. But I finally got all of my threads. So I got them the other day from 123 Stitch, and I ordered a bunch of other threads, and I don't know what they go to. I hate when I do that. So there might be some extra organizing happening. So yeah, I think it'll come out. I just need to put them on the floss drops, and I just grabbed some floss drops from one of my drawers, and they're just these DMC ones that I've got. So I'll put those on, and then in that, so we got, I think maybe I showed it last time, but you know, we got this really cool fob here, and then a floss drop. I love the crown because, you know, I'm a queen. And then we got this patch, which I thought was really cool. So I'm going to take this patch and I'm actually going to put it on my bag, which I thought would be really fun. So that I will be getting ready for next week. I will start that. And then the last thing that is in my future plans, this Sunday, whatever date that is, the 25th, I think, Acorn and Threads is doing their, I know they're having a virtual retreat and then an in-person, and I don't remember what it's called. It's my first time doing it, and I am not going there in person. I am going to do the virtual. My friend Cindy was telling me that everyone that did the virtual was very much included into all the presentations and stuff like that. So I thought, hey, why not? Let's do it. So I signed up. And then when I was chatting with a friend of mine, she told me she was doing it too. So I'm excited because she'll be on Zoom, I'll be on Zoom, so we could still see each other and chat. And then my friend Cindy will be there, and I'm sure some of you too. So reach out and say hi while we're going to this retreat. I'm excited for it. Do you hear the birds? I love the birdies. Okay, so last thing. Here's my, oh, and there's an extra, my Frosty guy. There's my Frosty guy. Frosty days. Oh, yeah. Lots of stuff in here. Found this really cool bucket. And that's so cute. At Hobby Lobby, and there was only one, and my friend Beth was like, oh, you have to get that. I can't wait to see how you decorate it. So far, I just shoved stuff that I bought in it. I will decorate it up more once I put all of the stuff out away. I've been saving it because I haven't shown a lot of this. So I'll quickly go through this because we're already at an hour, and I don't want to take up all your time because I know you have other floss tubers to watch, but I do appreciate you hanging around with me. So I'm just going to start pulling stuff out. Oh, carefully. So I picked up from Fabrics by Stephanie the Villaris. I can't pronounce everything. So this beautiful blue to do the nativity circles from Hands On Design, but I want to stitch it as one piece because I want to hang it over my nativity area at Christmas time. So I love this blue. Like, this is a gorgeous blue. I'm super excited for that. Oh, that was supposed to go back in the bag. All right, I'm gonna put them on this side. I did join a fabric club by from B-Stitch? B-Stitch Me, sorry. I haven't joined a fabric club ever, so I've been getting this. This is Neptune. This must have been from December, because I think, yeah, December. So Neptune. And then, so I'm getting it in a, what does this count? A 40 and a, must be a 36, because that's what I like to stitch on right now. 36 and 40. So both are Neptune. Look at the difference. Like, isn't that crazy? I mean, I dye my own fabric too when I'm at my sister's house, and we love doing it. It's a lot of fun, actually, people. If you haven't gone down that road, it's a lot of fun to do. So, this is a big piece. This is nice. So I got that. I found this little squirrel. This is from Stitchingly Along, but it was a little squirrel fob because, you know, I like to squirrel. I think I told you guys this is what I bought, but I didn't buy the full kit. It was just a little too pricey for me, and I have a lot of wool, but I did get Peppermint Santa from just another button company, but I did get the buttons and stuff for him. Hopefully I can get him stitched sometime this year. I got Merry Gentleman by Plum Street. I love his coat. I love that he's got the patchwork bottom to it. All those cardinals. I was like, oh, it looks like almost a hidden Mickey up there. With the buttons and the pins. I got I Smell Snow by, oh gosh, Pansy Patchwork Quilts and Stitchery. So that one, although we never smell snow here. I got the Penny Basket as well. I'm not sure I'd finish it that way. I may just frame it, but I do love that basket. That's really cool. I have a thing for baskets and houses. I also, pulling up some more things, from just about another button company, I did get some Valentine buttons, knowing I was going to do some Valentine things, and then I got some more of those. They're so fun. From Laundry Basket, from Anita Sitar. I love her stuff. I did pick up the Quilter's Village. Like I said, I love houses, and I think I'm going to take these and not make it into a quilt, just make them into individual pillows. I think that would be a lot of fun. Also, I got the Mini Coco. I will probably just make a table runner for my coffee bar. And we're actually talking about taking out the table that's in the dining room and putting some club chairs and stuff in there and making it a coffee bar house, like setting like a cafe. Might be fun. And I also got the Santa Claus table runner. I love that pink Santa. Now, will I get to everything this year? Never know. You have to just watch and see what happens. Okay, I did, oh, these are at the bottom. Maybe I need to pull something else out. I picked up a bundle of Tilda fabrics. Let me put them back in here because they're all rolled up. Oops. Look at that. Look at that goodness. Love all that. Oh, I can't wait to put that out and just look. I'll use it, but it's so pretty just to look at. And I also got a charm pack of it as well, because you can't have too much. From Teresa's, from the Jingle Ball, I did order this wool one, and I got the green Santa as well. Oh, I got this guy a little bit ago. Isn't he cute? I have a lot of wool, so that's why I didn't buy the kit or anything. This is from Cottonwood Creations. He's so cute. May have to make one for my nieces. From Buttermilk Basin, they were having a sale just recently, trying to get rid of some of their excess stuff. So I picked up this one. And I picked up this little guy. I thought that one was really cute. Oh, some more things at the bottom of this. I did pick up this bag pattern. I will be making one like this. Although this is, for me, this is too heavily quilted. I like seeing, so I'll probably quilt it a little bit different, but I won't be making one of those bags at some point. I have lots of charms, lots of fabric, lots of jelly rolls. I've got plenty of stuff. I did, oh, here is another set of pins that I got from Just Another Button Company. These I got from, oh, also from Stitchingly Along. This was an Etsy shop, and I will try to list it below. But I got that pink Santa needle minder. I got this fob. I am the stitching queen, or at least in my own brain I think I am. And then these counting pins, super cute, and inspired by Nicole to get these lockets, and I'll stitch in my initial. What am I stitching in there? I don't know. Something. Okay, and then I just got this in the mail yesterday, so I was super excited. I want to get this stitched up and put near my back door, because gardening is going to start happening soon. So I hope to still stitch a lot, but gardening will be happening soon. I'm super excited on that. Okay, one more thing of haul, and then I will show you the last two quilts, and then I will let you go. So put that down there. Move that over. So my oldest had asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I was like, oh, you know, why don't we do this? Because I kind of want to learn how to crochet. So he picked me up. Ooh, and apparently warning may result in getting hooked. Elphaba. So he got me Elphaba and her wand. I have not opened it up. I have not looked at anything. I still have no clue how to do this. So hopefully there's some really good instructions. I'm excited. I think that'll be fun. So if I do her well, Well, even if I don't do her well, I'll still share her because, you know, we're all beginners at something, right? So I want to try it because I keep seeing you guys stitch sweaters and socks and stuff. Now I want to stitch one pair of socks. That's my goal at some point. Anything more than that, I'll just do like these guys or something. But yeah. So that, my friends, is my hanging out time with you. So thank you again for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, tell me I don't know, something. Like, I need to start asking the questions again, like, so we can get to know each other a little bit more. But but anyways, like and subscribe, share me out. I'm still trying to reach 1,000 people, subscribers, sorry. And then, you know, then we'll shoot for the next 1,000. I think there is love and space for everyone. There are future things happening. I'm going to be able to meet more of you soon. I'm looking forward to it, to some extra retreats. So anyways, I'm going to end this video so then I can start filming. Well, first I have to clean up and then filming my sewing room tour. So anyways, have a great day. Have a great weekend, and get some stitching on, and thanks for noticing me. Okay, bye.